Forewarned weather with Ashlee Baracy.
Well, if you are tired of that smoky sunshine, you're not the only one. But unfortunately, here we go again with the air quality alert remaining in effect for all of southeastern Michigan. If you snapped a photo like this, please share it. You can upload it easily with your phone via our Click on Detroit app or even our Forewarned Weather app. And so here's a look at that smoky sunshine, all that haze in Caseville sent in from Anna Mae. And hopefully we can see some improvement with this. It's just not looking all that promising. Here's another little snapshot of what Belle Isle looked like yesterday evening. And so our camera in downtown Detroit distinctly picking up all that haze in the air. So here we have our fire and smoke map. It's been a dark and early start out there, but even still, we've been able to see some of the haze. It's a lighter smoke layer for now, but a lot of that has settled down towards the surface and our air quality is not great. And so off towards Milwaukee, that eastern edge of Wisconsin, butting up against Lake Michigan, that's where we have some really poor air quality. And then the same as you get north of I-69. And so for Saginaw off towards Sandusky into the Thumb and stretching down towards Port Huron, this would be unhealthy for all groups. Unhealthy for sensitive groups in Mount Clemens, Lapeer, Waterford, Flint to Novi. You get south of about 12 Oaks, south of Metro Airport. So we're talking Washtenaw County, Lenawee, Monroe counties where the moderate pollutants might not be quite as noticeable, but we're all under that air quality alert until midnight tonight. Smoke forecast. So the yellow that you see here would indicate a thicker smoke layer, and we have more of that building in going into tomorrow morning, at least with model data. So coming out of Canada, and there is a good chance we could end up seeing this extended once again. So live look outside Belleville where we have very much orange looking lake. It is calm, very still out there, but because of all of that haze filtering the sunshine, it's giving us that orange glow on the lake. 62 degrees over at Metro, 52 in Ann Arbor, 55 in Howell, 54 in Port Huron. So a comfortably cool start out there. You might need a little light extra layer to start the day, but something you can shed because we have seasonal temperatures on tap this afternoon. Low 80s, mostly clear to partly cloudy skies, but the haze sticking around. As far as rain, you can see just a little moisture kind of blips here and there, but nothing impressive. In fact, our best chance for rain as of right now with long range data not coming in until Sunday evening. And so at this point, I'm just keeping it kind of the slight chance for some rain, but we are now entering a pretty dry stretch of weather. Now that's coming off of a very soggy July, so we do need to dry things out, but you'll need to get the sprinkler going because temperatures are on the rise. So with that gradual warm up, humidity building back in, these upper 80s heading into the weekend will likely feel like we are above 90.
Forewarned weather with Exact Track 4D.
But hopefully you just are planning on continuing a pure Michigan summer.
Yeah, it's not on the travel list at all.
No, not ever.
Not ever, no.
Although our summer has been blanketed, at least for the past week, and a lot of days prior to that with the wildfire smoke.
You know, I just think like last week we had 2 record rainfall days, so we had a really rainy July, and then when we do have the dry days, it seems to be hindered with the smoke. And so, I don't know, there's this part of me that just feels like we haven't really been able to fully enjoy summer this season.
It feels not fair.
I'm with you.
I mean, you're talking about a stretch of maybe like 10 days without rain, which could have blue skies if not for the haze.
Exactly. And so, yeah, we have been dealing with this for almost a week now when it comes with the wildfire smoke, and you can distinctly see it on our sky cams. And so the pollutants are out there. Try to limit your time outside if you can, because this is the air that you are breathing in. And so a live look right now at Belle Isle from one of our downtown sky cameras, and it's almost as if you can't even see Belle Isle because of the low visibility as that smoke is sinking in. So we hold on to those pollutants. Very similar scenario to what we had yesterday evening. This was a look at Belle Isle from that same camera on Sunday evening. In fact, I would almost say that it looks like the air quality is worse right now than just about 12 hours ago. So your fire and smoke map, well, it shows a thinner layer of smoke, but the air quality kind of tells a different story, as from lower Michigan off towards Wisconsin, some of the worst air quality that we're tracking, and there's a pocket of it off towards Buffalo, New York. But let's zoom into southeast Michigan, because from Port Huron to Sandusky and Saginaw, that's where we have the worst air quality, unhealthy for all groups. And then it's unhealthy for sensitive groups from about I-69 stretching down towards Monroe. That encompasses Grosse Ile, Romulus, Novi, Howell. From Ann Arbor towards Adrian and south of Monroe, moderate pollutants. And so we're all dealing with something, but it does get a little better the farther south you go towards the state line. Air quality alert as of right now set to lift at midnight. However, I would not be surprised if we were to see this extended, just given how things look right now and how the smoke forecast is shaping up, where we do have, it appears to be a thicker smoke layer that'll be building in by tomorrow morning. So live look outside Belleville, looks just very milky out there. Calm water, which should be a great day to hit the water with temperatures and dry conditions, but we're contending with the pollutants out there. So 62 degrees over at Metro Airport, 55 in Ann Arbor, 57 in Howell, and 55 in Port Huron. And we have very light and variable wind to contend with. So your hourly forecast heading into the afternoon, we top out right around 83 degrees. It's a seasonal day. Few clouds will be mixing in, but overall the sun wins out. It's just not as noticeable with that smoke layer. So an hour by hour look at what we're tracking today, beyond day by day look, because there's just not a whole lot to show you. Once we get to Sunday evening, that looks to be our next best chance of rain, and even that is minimal at this point because we're so far out. So we do have a dry stretch ahead, which we need to dry out from the record rainfall we had last week. However, we will be entering a stretch where you'll need the sprinklers because we will have the dry weather and you just don't want the lawn to get too crisp. So we'll be into the 80s throughout the rest of the week, gradually warming things up. The humidity will be on the rise by late week, and we take that in the weekend as temperatures rise close to 90.